season ever!
So I think everyone that's watched this video has hopefully seen the season 2 finale of House of the Dragon, and I imagine if you clicked on this video it's because you're feeling a lot like I am. Now, a lot of people actually don't feel the same way as me, and I do respect that. I actually do appreciate that there are people that have enjoyed the storytelling this season, and I kind of envy them a little bit. I've seen a lot of comments saying, oh, casuals, they just want they want to see dragons burn things down. And you know what? Part of me does want that a little bit, I can't lie. But also, I don't think the storytelling aspect or the build-up has been as good as people are making it out to be. And I just want to talk about the final episode and the season as a whole and explain why I believe that. So the episode starts in Essos, I believe, and the Lannister guy is talking to the Triage. I don't care about any of this. I understand it's important for the story. It was a waste of time for me in the final episode of the season. They probably should have gone to it before. Also, in the book, I know this is Otto Hightower. I would have loved to have seen him do that, but obviously for other reasons in the show, we didn't get to see that. Then we are told that Sharp Point has been burned down by Aemond and his dragon, Vhagar. They don't show us this, and this is the first red flag for me. I think they've run out of money. Why wouldn't they show us him burning down the whole city? Wouldn't that have been amazing? That would have been so cool to see. That would have been a bit of action that everyone's craving. But no, they just show the aftermath of it. Even the fact that they cut it down from 10 episodes to 8, that for me is for no other reason than for saving money. Telling me the showrunners didn't expect this to be a 10 episode season the way they've built it up, and weren't expecting time for a big battle in the last 2 episodes. I don't believe that. There is several montages, one in the form of a dream sequence for Daemon. This feels a bit like a cheap Game of Thrones callback, and knowing how it ends and how unimportant the prophecy that they're talking about is, with Arya of course, it feels, again I use the word cheap, but it just doesn't feel, there's no payoff there. We're told about the importance of this prophecy and everyone is seeing it and they're basing wars on it, but I just don't see the point. Which brings me to the fact that it's another Harrenhal dream sequence, and in this case I can accept it, but it doesn't feel related at all to any of the other dream sequences apart from the fact that it is a dream. I guess seeing that it was connected with Helena was pretty cool. However, there is the criticism that he killed Helena's child, so why is she helping him in this way? I know she says it's for the greater good or whatever, but it is at the cost of Helena actually having any personality at all. I mean, if you can't be sad about the death of your son, then your emotional depth as a character is just completely ruined. There's another great scene with Tom Glynn, the actor for King Aegon. He has been great this season. He's been the highlight of the season for me and again for a lot of people. He does bring up the point of Sunfire being dead. Now, I'm not sure if this is just an oversight on his behalf, if he's not aware of Sunfire's condition, or if Sunfire is actually dead. But if he is dead, I'd be very disappointed, and the book readers will know why, because as I've said in a few of my videos now, I don't think the writers have the balls to do what happens in the book. We get introduced to Sheepstealer. Sheepstealer looks awesome, looks very cool. We don't get to see if actually Sheepstealer does merge with Rhaena. I assume it will, but I mean, it looks cool. I feel like Rhaena could have done a bit more to earn the dragon if that's all it's going to be, is that she's running around and finds Sheepstealer. Again, there are criticisms that there's no nettles. Again, I've not read the book, I'm not familiar with nettles. I just hope next season they do develop Rhaena as a better character and that Sheepstealer is important to the plot somehow. We do get to see what's happening to Otto right now. He seems to be imprisoned or something. Again, I would have liked to have known what Otto was doing. He was one of my favourite characters in the first season, and the fact we've not seen a single scene of him since episode 2, episode 3 I think, really disappointing. Hopefully he's involved more next season. Again, we get stupid scenes such as Rhaenyra and Alicent reuniting, and look, I know these people are very good actors. I know they have great chemistry together. You can't force them together. You just can't. I mean, think about Game of Thrones. Think about how long Arya spends away from her family. Yeah, she would have great chemistry with Jon, for example, but you can't force them together in a scene if the story doesn't allow it. I mean, I think what a great ending to the episode would have been, and something that would have showed Rhaenyra as a true queen and a true leader, was if she actually took Alicent as a prisoner. I mean, it's a big plot device in Game of Thrones and in war in general. If you take prisoners, you can win wars without violence as much. And this would have been an expert move on her behalf, but she just lets her go. And that makes no sense. It's definitely not in the books, because George R.R. Martin wouldn't write something so ridiculous. And again, I want to emphasise, they are great actors. The writing here is just atrocious. I also do want to say I do love her blue dress. Bit of deep analysis here. She's not wearing green. Oh, that means she's abandoned the Hightower colours. But the blue dress does look very cool. Whoever designed that costume, they deserve a Grammy or whatever. That's really, really good dress. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I do want to say about the finale. I do want to emphasise that I don't think any of these episodes are terrible. Obviously, they're not to the usual quality. It's just more that they don't build to anything. I know people are saying, oh, it'll be worth it when the next season comes out. That's 2 years. And people are going to be dead in 2 years. I'm going to be too busy to watch the show. You know, I could be dead. Hopefully not, but you can't deliver 2 seasons of a show. And again, the first season was great, but it was build up. But you can't do a second season of the show and say you're still building up to something. It's starting to sound a bit like The Walking Dead. And when you keep building and there's no payoff, usually it's because it's going to be disappointing. And my biggest concern is that they won't have the balls to execute what happens in the books. And I really think with some of the things they put in place, that's what they're going to do. They're going to ignore completely what happens in the books. But anyway, let me know what you thought. If you actually did enjoy this season, that's fine. Please don't dislike the video. I really can't deal with it, with my mental health. That's a joke. You can dislike the video if you want. But, you know, give me some constructive comments. Let me know what you really thought of the season, what you liked, what you didn't like. If you agree with me, let me know that as well. It'll be interesting to hear some of your thoughts. Again, I just want the show to be as good as it possibly can be, and I feel like it's a far way off. The only episode I really did enjoy from this season was episode 4, and, you know, I've spoken about that in depth. So if you like this video, do watch my others, and make sure you subscribe as well. I'd appreciate that greatly. But yeah,